Well, Willi, was that a lesson where you have to get to in terms of competing at this level?
Yeah, I think so. Look, Saracens are an incredible side, and they showed in that first half the level that you need to play at to get the results in these big games, and we just didn't deal with the aerial battle at all well enough. And that's not solely down to our boys that are at the back catching it. It's being able to win those scraps, because they're so good at getting up and getting tap backs, and then they just seem to always win the ball, and then on the back of that position they find backfield space or put you under pressure at the breakdown with their physicality and squeeze a penalty here, squeeze a penalty there, and all of a sudden the scoreboard's ticking away. So it's things that we knew that were coming. It's one thing knowing that, and then another thing actually stopping it on the day, and full credit to them the way that they performed today.
A bright start, but the games did get away from you in the second quarter. They took the opportunities in your 22. You perhaps had those chances and didn't make the most of them.
Yeah, look, when you come into these big games, you're only going to get a few opportunities in each half, and it was a great start for us, and we felt good. And then just probably sometimes the decision making at the breakdown just wasn't good enough. Perhaps we could have controlled that a little bit better with our physicality to really win quick ball. If we win quick ball, we know that we can open teams up, but we probably just didn't get enough of that today to really apply pressure to Saracens. And they're such a good defensive outfit. When they're set and they're getting off the line at you, it puts your decision making under pressure, and we just weren't able to execute enough today.
You lost Ed Slater fairly early on. He's a significant leader in the side.
Yeah, that's, but I thought Sav came on and did a magnificent job in his, what turned out to be his last game for the club, and he came on, stole the line out early, really physical with his carries, his defence. So while it is a loss to lose someone of his quality, I was really proud of Sav, the way that he put his body on the line, which he always does, and you always expect of him, and he's going to be a big loss for this club as well.
They squeeze you so tight, don't they, Saracens?
Yeah, they do. Like I said before, you know what's coming. And we thought we had a pretty good plan for it, but in those moments we just weren't able to win the ball back. And if you're not winning the ball back, all of a sudden the scoreboard gets away and you start having to chase the game a little bit, which is not quite what we wanted to do as well. And I was really proud of the fight back that we did show in that second half. We came out after half time, felt like if we could get some early scores, then we'd be back in the game. We know we're a team that can score points, but unfortunately they got two pretty good scores after half time, and but for us just to hang in there and get a couple of good tries ourselves was credit to the boys to hang in there, and those guys came off the bench to make an impact as well.
And that was a good way to finish, wasn't it, on a positive note? The bench had an impact, and you did get those touchdowns.
Yeah, it was. But I think overall we're just really frustrated and gutted that we couldn't get a result today. It was a great opportunity for the club. The travelling support were incredible. So it would have been an amazing moment to get another week together, but it wasn't to be. And I think the biggest thing is that we're still a new side in some respects. We had a lot of new signings coming in this year, but moving forward, I think we're going to be a pretty settled squad, and hopefully we'll be better for that experience. Just understanding the intensity and the accuracy that you need to play at to win these big games.